Hello, Shadi. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Right.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. Can you see my
Yes,
presentation?
sir. Yes, sir, it's visible.
Wait a minute. I'll just some arrangement and come back. Hello, Shadi.
Yes, sir.
You can hear me, right?
Yes, sir.
You can see the presentation also.
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Uh, Now, normally, how many participants are coming for these lectures?
Usually 30 participants were joined, sir.
Hmm.
Shall we wait 5 minutes, sir?
It's okay. How many participants now?
Only six participants, sir.
Okay, then shall we wait for some time, no?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Wait. Oh.
Hello, sir. Sir, give me few minutes to introduce about yourself to the learner, sir.
Wait a minute. What is that?
Uh, give me few minutes to introduce about yourself to the learner, sir.
Yeah, I think we'll have to wait for some time, isn't it?
It's okay, sir.
Yeah, we'll wait till at least another 5 participants.
Okay, sir.
Okay, Osadi, now you can start with that. You are,
Okay, sir.
introduction.
Good evening, all. Today, resource person is Mr. Christy Perera. He is National and International Procurement Advisor and also former Commission member of National Procurement Commission of Sri Lanka. Thank you very much for accepting our invitation. Over to you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, sir.
You can hear me, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. All right. Main thing is that today we are going to start with the procurement planning for donor-funded projects. Now, you have already done some few lectures on procurement planning. Most of the details you have already taken from those lectures. Now, what I am going to do it here is this procurement planning, how are we going to apply for donor-funded projects? Now, for example, maybe that you all have, I don't know how many people, because this is Zoom one, I can't see your faces. And I'm not sure whether how many people are already involved in donor-funded projects. Are you involved in donor-funded projects? So that means no one is involved in donor-funded projects. Is that?
I think so. I think so, sir. I think we have no learning partner such kind.
Oh, right. Right. Very good. Now that is one of the very important thing. When I ask something, please give me answers, whether yes, no, or whatever you want. That is how we will have to study. Now I got some idea. You don't involve in donor-funded projects. Donor-funded project is, now you are very well aware, our government, that is GOSL, Government of Sri Lanka, we don't have sufficient funds to do all our infrastructure project. But any country, if they want to develop their countries, they will have to start so many infrastructure projects for their citizens. Therefore, they are trying to get donor-funded financing. Donor-funded means that is very easy to understand. You have heard about World Bank, right? And ADB, Asian Development Bank, and say IMF. Now these days, IMF is giving us extended fund facility. That is the loan that they are going to give us. Like that, there are so many funded agencies you can learn when we are studying with this lecture. Continuing that, you can understand what is this donor-funded agency, what are they doing, and what is the use of donor-funded agency to all over the world, not only Sri Lanka, but only thing, very carefully, if you have not done anything like that, very carefully, you will have to listen that. And please, if you can, as far as possible, participate for at least Zoom lectures, then only you get the real idea of it. Because there are so many slides. Most of the details I have included into those slides. But when it comes to the exam, this is not a degree program. This is a MSc program. It's a very advanced program. So you will have to do a lot of studies, research, and also you will have to continuously come for a Zoom meeting, Zoom lectures, and other Zoom workshops, and the assignments and the revision, all these things you will have to participate. If you miss one lecture, not only my lecture, right? I'm talking about all the lectures. If you miss one lecture, it's not good for your studies. Now I have seen, now last week I was doing, I'm just giving you idea. I think that is last year batch. This is, I think, third intake, isn't it? Give me answer quickly. Is this third
Yes, sir.
intake? Huh?
Yes, sir. Third intake.
Third intake, right? Okay. Now I was doing this last week, that second intake students contract management question paper. I was trying to give this marking for that. Those students I saw, one student got 98 marks, right? So I was wondering, I mean, that it is very difficult to take 98 marks in that type of question paper. But most of the average people, they have taken about 60, 65, 70. And some of them, they have not taken enough marks, sufficient marks. So at last, finally, they might not got through this year, their MSc, and they will be repeating, and they will have to face a big problem in that case. So, but this is not a difficult thing. Actually speaking, this is very easy. But main thing, you will have to mainly come for lectures continuously. From lectures only, you can see what are the questions that you get in the exams, and then you can ready for it, right? I think somebody has, I am doing a lot of lectures for your lectures, mainly new areas, right? But the procurement planning, I have seen so many lectures, the eminent lecturers has given. So you have some idea. Now we'll start from it's a procurement planning, but it is for donor funded, not the government money. Donor funded projects, how to plan. So that is very important. It's a new thing for you. But you listen carefully, then you will understand what is it. Okay. I'll start all these things first. The first thing is areas to be covered. DF, that is donor funded, right? Like World Bank, ADB. Most of the time, I'm taking an example for a World Bank, ADB, and IMF because it's very close to us. Most of the projects are going on that funds. Another area is donor reviews of project procurement. Another one is fund withdrawal procedure. They will have to give us a fund. So how are we going to withdraw their funds? What is the procedure? Now always think, now you are going to start your career as a procurement specialist or a project manager or somebody related to that subject. In that case, you should know how to tackle funded project works, activities. Okay. Now, I'll give you a very small, simple introduction. funds received from international financial institutes. That is called IFI. For example, World Bank, Asian Development Bank, USAID, or UN agencies and IMF, all are international financial institutes. That is one name of those things. There are so many names, right? I'll give you, when you go to down, I will tell you what are the names normally we are using in this market. It is involved, these funds involve sometimes grants, sometimes credits, sometimes loans. Maybe you have heard World Bank has given a fund as a loan, World Bank loan. Now IMF has given us a loan that is called Extended Fund Facility. Like that, mainly grants, credits, and loans. I will tell you all the differences and everything in this. Listen carefully. And the other thing is, if you have any question, you ask me. There's no problem. Any place that which you can't understand or clear enough, you just ask me. I will explain you all. Right. Now, these funded agencies are always thinking about achieving project development objectives, that is PDOs. The project is having some objectives. Now say we want to start a hospital, right? So what is the objective of construction of hospital? And how are you going to work in that hospital? So all these things you will have to think. And the funded agencies having their project development objectives. Sometimes it's called project performance objectives. So we will have to obey those things if you are working in a funded money. Right, now donors impose their own guidelines. Sometimes we can't use our guidelines. Now you know that there are in 2024 that we have 2019 also we have start these our guidelines. This is 2024 guidelines. This one you can use, but this is the basic one. But for the funded agency, say for example, World Bank, if you are working in a World Bank project, you will have to obey these guidelines, Sri Lankan guidelines. There's no regulation in Sri Lanka, Sri Lanka guidelines. But you will have to follow World Bank procurement regulations. Now, they have so many this thing. The recent ones are July 2016, they have published their guidelines. Then 2023. Then after that, they have published 2025 also. Now you can see this one. This is the 2016 World Bank Procurement Guidelines. So all these things, all these guidelines you will have to follow when you are doing a World Bank funded project. Right. Now we'll come to, I told you all, what is the difference between grant, credit, and loan? I'm going in a very standard way from the beginning to you to understand. Then after that, you can ask any question and you can get a very good idea. If I ask you straight away, if I'm doing a classroom, the physical lecture, I will ask you what is the difference between grant and loan. So you don't know, no one knows. Well, it's okay, no problem. That's why you came to study. But some people, they are aware. They might say this is the difference. Maybe sometimes it's correct or not. Never mind. You ask is grant. Grant is like it's a very, I mean, it's the lowest level of funding. No principal, no interest payment. So that means the ADB is trying to give you $100 as a grant. That grant you don't want to repay. No repayment. It's like a present to you. And there's no interest free. And also they are not ask you to pay back. That is called grant. I have given some examples, often tied to outcomes. I mean, the SDGs. SDG, you know, I think Sustainable Development Goals. Low-income countries, they used to give these grants. Very low-income countries, very poor countries. Now, say, for example, they used to give us also sometimes. ADB is giving a grant to put up a school in rural area. They don't ask you to repay. The credit is little bit higher level of funding. You'll have to repay it, repayable, but with very low interest, and also the grace period is very long. What is the grace period? Maybe you are aware about grace period in a loan or a credit. That time you don't want to pay. Now, because of a country situation, wow, at the moment we are in a grace period for all these loans, credit and everything. These days we are not repaying, but it will end up in 2028. The grace period is over. After that, we will have to start paying. Loan. Loan is the highest level funding instrument. That is you will have to pay high interest, and also you will have to they will give a very short a time for 10-15 years. Sometimes credit you, they give about 40 years. Up to 40 years you can pay back. But look, they don't give to 5 to 20 years. Then the rate, interest rate also may be about, it's vary from 1 to 5%. But credit is about 0 to 2%, their interest rate. So you can see that these things are given to the middle income countries. Loans are given a middle income developing countries. Middle income. I can remember about 5 years back, we were working on credits. We call IDA credits. I will come to later that part. We were doing on credit. But our government announced that we are in a middle income country. Now we are in a middle income country. Sometime back, our government announced that. As soon as they announced that, all the people, funded agencies, they stopped giving us credit. They used to give us loans. High interest rate. The grace, sometimes there is no grace period. Like Polymudalali, like our banks. Every day we will have to, every month or every year, we will have to pay back the portion of the capital, what we took from them. What is the best idea to study this area? We will take World Bank. It's a famous and highest funding giving agency, World Bank. They used to pay for about 185 countries all over the world. We one of them, 185 countries. ADB also used to give us funds, but ADB is given only to the Asian countries, not like World Bank. The World Bank is actually, it's not a bank. World Bank is an institution. Although we say World Bank, it's not like a Bank of Ceylon, HNB, Central Bank. No, it's not a bank. Now, say, for example, our central bank, they don't do normal bank bank activities. They don't give home, what do you call this, housing loans. They don't accept fixed deposit from customers. Like that, World Bank also, it's not a bank. It says bank. It's a mixture of these. There are some member institutions, they give funds to this World Bank to have a World Bank. There are two funding institutions called IBRD and IDA. IBRD is International Bank of Reconstruction and Development. This IDA is International Development Association. But there are other three institutes also involved. I will tell you later. But initially, it's good to understand World Bank is combination of IBRD and IDA. Now, we will see few differences. IBRD and IDA. IBRD provides to middle income and creditworthy low income countries. Normally, although it's we say low income here, it's a middle income and creditworthy. Sometimes low income country also they use creditworthy. They know that they can pay back. That is why we call it creditworthy. But IDA always give concessional credits. All right. It's a very low interest and sometimes no interest. Like grants, they give to the poorest countries. And what is the assistance they give? IBRD loans. But most of the time, IDA, we say credits. Source of funds. What are the funds? Source of funds. How this institution made? IBRD made out of borrowing, issuing bonds from countries. IDA was established. The contributions from richer member countries, donor funds. Here it's bonus from the donor countries. Here is a contribution. Loan period, when we are talking about loan, now I have already told you, you just go through that. The example countries you can say, IBRD loans they used to give India, Indonesia, Brazil, and sometime back Sri Lanka also. IDA, loans given to the very poor countries like Tanzania, Nepal, and Sierra Leone, the countries like that. Okay. Now you can see how these people give funds to Sri Lanka I have taken within last 5 years, 20 to 25. 20 you can see World Bank, only one I will explain you all. They have given 150 million in 2020. That is for health and education projects. ADB, they have given about $500. $500 million, all millions. Sovereign loan. Sovereign loan means that they are giving the loan to the government. Right? Simply says, sovereign loans are that. They are going to give it to the governments. Governments are responsible to repay it. JABIC, it's called JABIC, sometimes JICA, sometimes JBIC, normally Japanese funding, we call JABIC. They have given $100 million in 2020. COVID response, grants for COVID response 2020, they have given a little bit to some. By that time, we didn't know that COVID, but they have given some money. And the JDS scholarship. JDS scholarship means Japanese Development Scholarship, especially for human resource. Or sometimes JDS program for training. Officers, we used to send it to JICA and Japan for training of the personal development, mainly human resource. Those are, we call JDS funding. So like that, I have given you some area. By that time, IMF has not given anything in 2020. But as you all are aware, in 2023, government discussed with the IMF and they agreed to help us. And they have given a loan. It's called EFF loan. That is Extended Fund Facility. You have heard and you have seen in the papers, these days a lot of people are talking about IMF funds. That fund name is EFF, right? Extended Fund Facility. 2025, this year also they have given 684. Altogether 334 and the other 350. February they have given and July they have given. Altogether 684 in 2025. The total also I have given. You can go through that.
Sir,
Now,
can I ask one question, sir?
yes.
Now, sir, that funding donors, let's say that Japan or some other countries, not World Bank and ADB, they have some reason to give these funds to enhance their, financial capability of some poor countries. What is the countries like Japan or some other countries, they are giving some funds for maybe they are getting some benefit, or they are giving this one like a it is like donating to some other what is the reason they are giving this money, sir?
Yeah. Number one, all these institutions are benefit giving loan. It is something like our bank. Now, we used to get the loan from Bank of Ceylon. They give us, but we will have to pay back that total capital as well as interest. They will have to do, that is the business, their business. They will have to do that. Otherwise, there is no income for them. Bank of Ceylon, if they are not going to give loans, there is no business for them. They'll have to close down. Like that, World Bank, ADB, there are two types of these institutes. One is multinational, other one is bilateral. Multilateral, you can say multilateral and bilateral. That multilateral is the like World Bank, ADB, and other what you call IMF, all are multilateral ones. Because those institutes also made out of so many people, so many institutes. Bilateral is only one party. Now China, they used to give us loans. As you said, as you clearly said, Japan, that is also bilateral. And say India, they have given some loan when we are in a troubled time last 2-3 years back. India gave some money.
So
That
is
is-
it credit, right? India gave us a credit. We called that the Indian credit line.
Yes,
It,
I
it is
told
a
you
credit.
all. That is a funding. Again, I explain
Not
you.
a loan, right?
No. I explain you what the difference between credit and the loan.
Yeah.
Indian credit lines, they gave, that is the instrument name, right? Credit and loan. It's an instrument name. Credit, low interest, 0 to 2. And there is a grace period. Maybe about after 10 years time, you'll have to start payment. And also period is very long. I'm not sure. Indian credit line, maybe they have given for a 40 years period. But loan, no. Their interest is high, maybe sometimes 5%. And also, loan, normally the credits, they don't give it to the rich countries or the fairly good countries, they don't give. They used to give loans. And there is no grace period. And the payment period also about 20 years, maybe maximum. Right. So the first question asked about the benefit. Yeah, I explain you. All parties are, they are doing business. Number one, all are benefited. And the other one, what is the other question you have asked?
What is the it is benefit, sir, that some countries like as Japan and some other in what is called China, they are giving sometime loan which
Yeah.
is very high interest rate loan,
That's
like
right.
Exim Bank they are giving.
Right, that's right. So that is that. Yeah, I think you by explain you the reasons. I mean deficit. Yeah, that is yeah. They are doing business. Nobody is helping us. If they help, they will have to give. I mean that is, it's not. We can't say not helping, right? It's not a good word to say. They help. Now banks are helping us to their citizens. But the business also going on. It is something, it is same like mechanism. Like our bank, all these other institutes also bilateral or multilateral, they used to give loans and credits and grants. When they gave a grants, of course, it's a different issue. It's like a no interest, no repayment, not big amounts, right? Small amounts they used to give. Any other questions?
Yes, sir. I have heard that developed countries also are taking loans. But here that you mentioned that poor and extremely poor and developing countries are only given loans. But what about loans that taken by developed countries?
Yes, even America, they used to take loans.
Yes.
America has taken loans from the China, big
Hmm.
amount, huge amount. Because they all every people, every now in Sri Lanka, I mean, you take Sri Lanka, right? Good business people, all running their business on loans. They don't take their own money. They take loans and do the business, and they improve, and they pay back to those banks. That is the same cycle going on in the funding agencies also. Any other question? Right.
Sir,
Uh,
in addition to
okay.
this, hello, can you?
Yeah.
Sir, in addition to financial support, this IMF is doing a different consultancy role for the bankrupted countries like Sri Lanka because they are coming with a lot of uh, uh, recovery programs. I think
Yes.
other institutions are not doing that kind of thing. Something.
No. Other institution also doing that. That is called technical assistant, right?
Yes.
It is called technical assistant. Other people also do that.
Yeah,
Even
when
World
it
Bank
comes to
is a
central bank, yeah, when it's come to the central bank's role with the IMF, this central banks have agreement with this IMF to get that kind of consultancy services for bankrupt for some assistance, no?
Yeah, you are correct. Now, actually, those area that not only the money only now they say now no, not the road construction or a hospital or a school. We don't want to say only for those things that construction they give loans. They give loans for the technical assistant also. They are sending the consultants and they train us. Now I think I explain you all JDS, Japanese Development Scholarships. So it's not a fun to do any to buy a product or establish a information technology infrastructure or a construction of a road or a hospital. No, JDs they give only for that type of funds. I'm talking JDS they give Japanese Development Scholarship. Now most of the people they used to go actually speaking. My wife also gone to not Japan, Thailand to do her dermatology higher studies. We also went. All family went to Thailand to do her dermatology higher studies. That is a JABIC scholarship. I mean, maybe you have heard. I have. I mean, I'm one of the person that benefited from that because of my wife got the JABIC scholarship. So that fund used for the scholarships only. That is technical assistant. That's called technical assistant. Any more question? Right. We'll come to that. We'll have to so many things, but ask questions. Never mind. Ask questions. If we can't complete that, you can go through that, read it. Maybe initial things you must remember. Other things you can just read it and understand. If you can't read it and understand, I have given my email address in the first or second slide. My telephone number also. You can anytime you can ask questions. Now, some of the students, they have already gone, finished my our lectures, but they have, when they having problems, they used to consult me. I'm very happy to consult because not only you, but all the citizens, because I always think I was working 2 times from the beginning to end in the National Procurement Commission of Sri Lanka as a commissioner. I have prepared 2017 guidelines. And after dissolve that, the president, there was no person to do procurement advisors. Then they have called me as a procurement advisor, the governance advisor. By that time only, the COVID came, unfortunately, but I have done all these procurement matters. Later, sometimes I might be able to explain you all. Right, okay. Therefore, if you have any problem, you can email me or you can give a call that just first send me a message that so-and-so, then I will call you or you can call me. I will give you time. Right. Now, what are the best practices in donor-funded agencies? Now we'll see what are the best practices in donor. There also you can see that you can read and understand. No, I'll have to explain. DFA. Now, donor-funded agency, there are so many names. Not only one, right? One is donor-funded agency. And the other one, foreign-funded agency. Other one, international funded agency. Like that, there are so many names. But mainly I will use donor-funded agency. Right, that is structured process ensure procurement best practices and value for money. They always think about best practices. Right, what are the best practices in donor-funded agency? We will have to follow. If you are using their funds, we will have to follow. Now, whatever the things that you have studies last 4, 5 days, maybe 3 days of, how many lectures you had procurement planning? Hello? How many lectures you have up to now? Is this the first lecture?
No, sir. No, sir. We have several. Actually, we have 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think four lectures
Fifth
maybe.
one.
Huh?
This is fifth one.
Fifth one, yeah, that's right. Four. Yeah, last batch I did another previous one was not number 2 strategic procurement also I did. This time I didn't have a time, but I have taken this one because the organizers are asking me how are they to do this thing. Some areas, the new areas, mostly I am doing more. I have taken more. I accept more lectures, like say PPP. Most of the time we are talking about because of we don't have a money our country. Then we used to do the PPP, public-private partnerships. That most of the lectures I'm doing. And the new things has come. All donor-funded agencies are very concerned about sustainable procurement. That is also I'm doing, I think, fairly. I can't remember how many hours. Anyway, we'll see. Value for money. They are waiting for value for money. Always they. Have you heard value for money in procurement? Please give me an answer quickly. Otherwise, it will take some time.
Yes, sir,
you did. Okay, you did. Okay, integrity and transparency. Maybe you can read all these things you can read. Fit for purpose. That is understood. You know, some people are doing a lot of procurement in Sri Lanka. I can give you hundreds of examples. Lot of this thing, but not fit for purpose. Right? There are so many things that I can tell you all. So the donor-funded agency, they won't allow to do that type of procurement. Sustainability, yes. Always they are very concerned about. It's a new thing that it has come to the funded agency also. You will have to follow. Even in our, just a minute, give me 1 second. This is the 2006 procurement guideline, very old one. I always fight with people. We are in a very poor level in procurement subject. Because of that only, most of the time that they have discussed and had this National Procurement Commission, this is the first guideline we have prepared in 2018. This guideline, only I think you can see only the color. But if you want more details, I can give you. There I have, actually most of these things, I'm the author for this guideline, right? I wrote, everybody aware about that. Information system, EGP and all these new things. And there was a new chapter I wrote for this guideline. That is for, I think, chapter 13 or 14. 13, electronic government procurement, and 14, I think, that is the one. Sustainable procurement. No, that is open contracting data. Wait a minute. Yeah. Chapter 15, I have done green procurement. This is the first time we have included in our guidelines also. But all the funded agency, they are very concerned about sustainable procurement. Now they are always thinking, I'm doing this subject separately for you all. That is sustainable public procurement. There I give you more details. Here I am just reminding you that ESG is very important for them. That is one of their requirements: environmental, social, and governance. That is why they say ESG. There are so many names, right? When you read that, you can see social, environmental, and people. Sometimes, no, social is people. Environmental, people, and the cost to government. Like that, there are so many definitions and explanations. Fairness and efficiency. Maybe you have learned this earlier. They are very, very keen funded agencies. They have their own conditions. You will have to follow their laws and regulations. But they are sometimes very flexible also. Equal opportunity for bidders with flexibility for emergencies. I think I'm taking only the real-time examples, because other things, of course, you can go through later. You can try read something and understand. But real-time things that that's what I have given you 2025. How much the loan we got it. I mean, for that you'll have to do a lot of study, research, and only I'll have to prepare these things to you all. Right. But not only those things, that they are very flexible for emergencies. Now, one best example is the vaccination, COVID vaccination. I think by that time they have dissolved National Procurement Commission. There were no procurement agency. This 2006 one done by National Procurement Agency. It's not a commission. So they have started the commission in 2015. This one, 2015. 3 years is the period. They had 2 terms. Both terms they kept me to prepare this. I mean, they all do the document work. That was the authority. By that time only, I have started this EGP also, electronic government procurement. In 2016 was the first meeting I chaired to start electronic procurement in Sri Lanka. But in this emergency, I said that they are very flexible in emergency situation. Now, thinking about crises like vaccination, I have given this example. Procurement in Sri Lanka, COVID-19, right? Actually, this is not out of procurement. My procurement career is maybe about 35 years. World Bank, ADB, Sri Lanka, almost other countries outside the country. Now, if somebody asks me, this is the normal question they ask in the interviews and all these things. If somebody asks me, what is the remarkable thing that you have done, most satisfactory thing that you have done in Sri Lanka with your procurement experience and everything, expertise, what is the most remarkable thing you did? I have an answer. That is the COVID vaccination and changing the tender board names. That is, in COVID-19, there was no procurement commission. They have dissolved before that. So the government couldn't done, the president want to get, because all the problems came to president. So president want to somebody, president secretariat, they don't have a procurement experts. So they call me and they asked me to come as a procurement advisor to president or a governance advisor to president. That is because to coordinate with the World Bank and all these people. So I said, okay. It's not political, huh? Must remember. The first appointment as a commissioner on this National Procurement Commission given by some 2015 government. So then after that, any other government, you know, this first government, the Maithripala Senanayake was there. Next government, the Gotabaya Rajapaksa came. So Gotabaya Rajapaksa asked me to, not Gotabaya Rajapaksa, the officially he asked me to come as a governance advisor, procurement advisor. So I went there. Fortunately or unfortunately, I had to face so many critical points. One is vaccination. You can remember, there were at that time, people are every day 200, 300 people are dying, right? Without vaccine. One thing I should say, Mr. Gotabaya Rajapaksa was trying his best to get some amount of vaccination to Sri Lanka. He was talking day and night. So many countries' heads, presidents, prime ministers, they were trying to get some amount of vaccines. But for about 1 month, it was a failure. He couldn't get a good thing. I was there as a procurement advisor. But this is a policy issue that he's talking with the various government and try to get some this thing to us, because every day people are dying. Very bad scene. One, he got a green light from some place, some country, and immediately he called me and he said, how many days it will take to bring down here? But Christy, be careful. Don't go beyond the guidelines. You'll have to follow the guidelines and then you tell me how to get it done. So I told him, because that is about 125. Somebody gave us this thing also, what funding also, ADB or World Bank. I can't, yeah, but it must be somewhere here, maybe ADB. So I told him that if I follow a guideline, yes, in any case, that is one of my principles. I'll have to follow guidelines as a procurement expert, a consultant, or special somebody. So I told him it will take minimum 3 months, because Because of the value, the threshold, you will have to go for the, at that time they had cabinet appointed procurement committee. Oh, before that they had a cabinet appointed tender board. Later it has changed cabinet appointed procurement committee, changed by the treasury. So then I told him that when you are sending to the cabinet, it will take at least 2 weeks, because first you'll have to prepare that and you'll have to send through the. Are there any people are working in a treasury? Yes, Nang? Tell me please. Yes. Are there any people? If you all are silent, that means I know that no one is at the treasury. Are there anybody in the working in the treasury? No. Okay. Right. So then treasury, through treasury, we will have to cabinet go through that, and cabinet are not taking a decision at that time. Whatever the reason, they will take a rectification. They will give the approval, but for rectification, another week, you will have to wait. All Wednesdays. I don't know when but now these days cabinet meetings are held, but those days Wednesdays. There you will get 2 weeks. So I explained him. Then he said, now what to do? I want to get it very quickly because my people are dying every day. So nobody, I mean, these stories, no one knows. I told him, he said, I know about you. You will have to do something. Go home and think and give me some sort of procurement system. I said, okay. And I have gone home immediately and I was thinking how to do it. Yes. That day by about early morning, 3 o'clock, I was thinking and preparing a proposal, how to bring that quickly without going for all these things, but it should be a, I mean, some regulations has to be there. I'm not going to go beyond those regulations. I have prepared some system. I discussed with the World Bank and ADB, both parties, they know me and they said, okay, we agree with you. Whatever the proposal you send it to us, we will give you approval immediately. Money, of course, no problem. They are prepared to give us. This is the proposal, the internal proposal. Then I have changed the name of cabinet appointed tender board, cabinet appointed procurement committee change board for a CEPP. Those are there in the papers. COVID emergency. No, the first one, that the proposal I prepared is CEPP. That is COVID-19 emergency procurement process. That's the change process. And I have established CEPC. That is COVID Emergency Procurement Committee, not the cabinet appointed procurement committee. Right? So like that, I was thinking that I must tell you all this, because when you are doing that, I want to explain that the funded agencies have their flexibilities, right? But you'll have to tackle in a correct way. I don't know whether you will agree with me to show this, but it's a interesting thing. I was trying to find my proposals. Normally, I am not keeping those, whatever the importance, I don't keep it because there are so many documents. Now, this is the one document. You can see there are so many lists in here and there. This was the first document I prepared for COVID-19 related emergency procurement process. I named as CEPP, right? Then I have in that, this is the proposal, right? I couldn't find out the original, the proposal. This is the proposal I have given to the president, right? There, myself, president, there was a secretary called Dr. P.B. Jayasundara and treasury secretary called Sajit Tatigala. we four of us, following day, I have prepared this proposal. The following day, about 4 pages, I think. Following day, we went and we discussed by about 12 o'clock. And President asked the Treasury Secretary, Mr. Sajid article, immediately send this circular. By 5 o'clock, I want to see this circular. We did it. And following day, I will tell you later. So there was a, I have introduced one procurement committee also. That is called CEPC. This is the one, COVID-19 Emergency Procurement Committee. And also I have prepared a special procurement committee, right? That is here, it's not there. The Secretary to the Treasury or his nominee, the relevant ministry secretary, and if it's a project or project director or director of the department. These are the 3 members. This should not go to the cabinet. It's not a cabinet appointed tender board. One fine day, I will explain you all why I changed that. It was in my mind. One fine day, I want to change cabinet appointed tender board in Sri Lanka. So I have changed by this time. Actually, now I have put a name also. It's called HLPC. Now there is no cabinet appointed tender board or cabinet appointed procurement committee. Now we get high level procurement committee. This is what I have suggest. I activate this. I appoint this thing and did this COVID vaccines. Within 5 days, we were able to get down COVID vaccines. That is where we have started giving COVID vaccination to our crowd, our citizens, our people. That was my remarkable procurement process in my life, in my procurement life in 35 years. Still everybody, the people who knows that, still they are talking about that. Never mind, I don't want to get any credit. I did my job. I got a salary as a governance advisor. I did my job. It was a challenge, but I did it. But now every day, now you can see the new guidelines 2024. That is the one. There you get, Here you get the following PC shall be appointed as per respective authority limit as specified in the procurement manual. Number 1, High Level Procurement Committee, HLPC. Number 2, Standing High Level Procurement Committee, SHLPC. Right? Others are previously also we had Ministry Procurement Committee, Department Procurement Committee, Project Procurement Committee, and Regional Procurement Committee. Those are key capacities. The first cabinet, there is no cabinet appointed tender board now. Now, still yesterday also somebody came for me for the advice, and when the discussion was going on, he was talking about cabinet appointed tender board. We'll put in the cabinet appointed tender board. Now, actually now, so many companies, departments, they used to come for advice. So I told them there is no more cabinet appointed tender boards. Now you get HLPC, High Level Procurement Committee. I didn't tell them that I have done it, but it's changed. I don't know how many people you are aware about that. Aware about now we have changed that. Now in this other paper, I think I have changed it. Yes, you can see the issue is new guideline COVID-19 emergency procurement replacing cabinet. Yeah, replacing cabinet appointed procurement committee and technical evaluation committee by COVID-19 emergency procurement committee by CEPC. No technical evaluation committee also, right? But now they have put technical evaluation committee. That type of radical changes sometimes they did. Normally the Sri Lankan people, they don't agree. But that time I have authority and I did it. So introduced new system, right? So they're like that. I think I have taken here and there. Yesterday morning I going through my papers because I want to show you all. Not that my work, I want to show you, yeah, it's okay that you learn. Because that the funded agencies are very flexible. Sometimes for this thing, they agreed. I mean, now they also, they were telling the procurement head in Sri Lanka, Asia, he was telling me, Christy, we are going to introduce this your system, some countries, because it's very important. Right, okay. You might be having a problem. If it is at least it is getting 3 months to do the procurement, how I did about 5 days. Anyway, we'll explain it later. Okay. The World Bank Group, I told you all, not only IBRD and IDA, there are about 5 institutions, mainly 5 institutions. I told you all. One is IFC. I'll tell you the short names. The International Finance Corporation is there. Other one is International Center for Settlement and Investment of Investment Disputes. Other one is Multilateral Investment Guarantee Agency. Those are the 5 agencies, 5 institutes combinedly comprised with to establish World Bank. Now we'll see procurement cycle in donor-funded projects. That is the main important thing now. We are talking about funded projects. In funded project, what is the procurement cycle? Maybe, I'm sure, I have not gone through the other previous lectures. I didn't have a go through those lectures. Otherwise, I will go through that and I am not going to repeat it again. But I didn't have a time. So I have done it this thing, that is the donor funded projects. What is the procurement cycle? One is define project needs. These are the things that you'll have to follow, right? If you are in a funded project, maybe you will become a procurement expert in one fine day. You may be in the number 1 procurement expert in Sri Lanka. There are, right? Like that, one fine day, you will be the first. Or you may be the procurement expert in other project. Or you may be the procurement expert in a ministry. You don't stay like this. You will study, you pass the BSc, you pass the MSc, sometimes you will take a PhD. And in a ladder, you will go up. One fine day, you will be a number 1 in Sri Lanka. Or a project director. Number 1 expert project director in Sri Lanka. So to be a project director, normal project director, you should know what your procurement specialist is doing. You should be aware. That's why you came for this MSc. That's why you are studying these things. Right? These are the steps you'll have to follow. Define project needs first. Then identification of needs. I'll explain you later, right? Further explain. Then market research. Preparation of specifications. Solicitation, pre-qualification, and shortlist suppliers. Then come to another one. Sorry, wait a minute. All right, okay. Then issue bid document, evaluate and select suppliers, standstill period, award contract, work begins and contract management, review by FFA, and approval. So this is the procurement cycle by funded agencies. Maybe a little bit different. Somebody will say something else, little one here and there, 1 or 2 changes. It's okay. This is I prepared this. I done research. I mean, I would like to tell you also, do studies, do researches, and find out the new things. Any subjects, not only procurement, maybe supply chain management, or maybe chemistry or physics. But only thing, the chemistry and physics or mathematics is a static subjects. But the procurement is not like that. It's a dynamic subject. Every day it's changing. Every day it's changing. Now you go through the last year, this session, you find out from your friend and ask him what is the lecture note that I have given to them. Maybe I can remember 45 slides. You check, your friends are there, no? But this time I have included 65 lecture notes. Maybe that I might not be able to do that, but I put it there for your reference, right? Okay, we'll go one by one. I have put it into the cycle also, procurement cycle. Okay, number one, project needs. First, identify specific development challenges or gaps requiring donor funding. That means, why are you request for a donor funding? You means the government or anybody. What are the development challenges you have, specific things? And what are the gaps you want to fill? That is number one.
So I have, that is something different question. Why we put donor funded? We heard, first of all, first you asked one question that do you have any experience in funded project? Yes, we have. I have experience in funded project. Southern Development Project.
Yeah, I know that. Education.
Yeah. What is why, sir, you especially put that donor funded project? What is the reason? Donor. Why you put donor?
Donor. It's a good question. Donor means, now in normal life, what is the donation? You know, donation. Donor. Donor is somebody's donate something. So the donor funded means that donation is in our bank also. It's a donor banks. Our banks. Donor means not free of charge. Donate something to help for the other people. That is why it's called donor funded. Donors are there. Donors are the people who World Bank, ADB in these funded projects.
That blood bank is a donor. It is pure donor, blood bank. Let's say that blood bank is pure donor funded, donor.
Right. Yeah, I understand. No, it's a good question. It's a new thing. I like to start. I like to do some research. Why? But normally don't. Yeah, it's a donor. Yeah, but blank is a real donor, donation blood. But if it is we call the Danapathian Pansalata temples, they used to give donations, right? Something like that. But here donor means that it's maybe they from the beginning they are used to this name. Okay.
If it is a donation, sir, I think we should not pay the interest.
Yes. That is why
it should be like
yeah, it's a free of charge.
Yeah, donation are like that.
Yeah, actually, it's really good, your questions. I like it, and I also learned something out of you. That is how it should be, right? There's a development in the world. Now this is yeah, that is correct. I'm very happy to ask in this day because I am also those days like that. I use and I had the authority to change something. I don't think that I will be able to change donor funding. That is the world global global use in that. But I will do some studies in that. Anyway, they have I can ask the World Bank people, but they have their own explanation. Right? Okay. Yeah, but anyway, it's good. I like it. Assess national priorities, consultants, stakeholders, government committees, that SDGs, that is Sustainable Development Goals, right? And ensures project relevance and justifies foreign support, IMF, EEF, or economic stability, World Bank, like World Bank, IMF, I told you all, International Monetary Fund, they used to give EEF. That is I told you all that emergency this thing, and sorry, not emergency. That is I told something, no? Yeah, that is a extended. Sorry. Oh yeah, extended fund facility. Like that, World Bank also used to give something called DPO. That is called their development policy operations. They have their under that name. That is for the policy operations. Now, say for example, when we are trying to do a budget people, the preparation of the experts, the budget people, they need some help. So they can get the development policy operation. That's also loan again, and the technical assistant also. They will ask. I had to ask. I did something when I am preparing this document. I want to introduce OZD, right? That is chapter, yeah. Wait a minute. Yeah. Open contracting data standards. I introduce in my guideline. To do that, I asked the USAID people to give me a help, give me a consultant, because I don't know how to prepare these open contracting data standards. That is only 8 countries introduced in all over the world. So I won't introduce in our guidelines. But I don't know. I studied internet everywhere I studied, but I didn't get much details. They are also new. Although we call artificial intelligence, sometimes they don't know. They are new for that. Now, of course, it's okay. When they're starting 2022 September, just to ask, to check, I asked them what is called BAFO, BAFO. They say, sorry, apologize. That is their usual name. Apologize. We have started on September 2022. According to our data, this thing, it's not there. Then I told them, BAFO is this. Now, when you ask the AI, what is BAFO? They will give, maybe they have improved that. I have not seen that later. This I didn't go through that. They might give you the explanation I have given them. It's not my own explanation, right? It's not my own. It was there. But they didn't have that. Maybe sometimes they don't know. So like that, this OCDS, I didn't know. I asked USAID, one Mr. who is the boss that I can't remember. I asked him, can you help me to prepare my this thing? He said, okay. He has sent Dr. What's his name? Dr. I can't remember now. 3 months he was working in a commission at BMICH. He prepared this chapter. He's the one who prepared this chapter. And the manual also he has prepared. Unfortunately, so we were trying to publish that, we couldn't. This is Sri Lanka, right? This is Sri Lanka. So then the new people, I don't know, whatever the reason, they have not included OCDS in their guideline. Don't ask any question. That is the thing that I'm telling you all. From there, if we start now, say for example, but you should know, right? Now somebody asks you, what is the total amount of procurement in Sri Lanka information technology? And how much for ICB tenders? How much NCB tenders? Nobody knows, right? Because it is coming from, if you want to find out this, within seconds you can if you have an open contracting data standards tool, and also if you have a EGP, electronic government procurement, within one push, you can, that's what we say, right? From the laptop, your laptop, you can get it quickly, immediately. When you're going to the AI or internet like that, you can get Sri Lanka, this much. ICB did last year this much. All data in this open contracting data standards. Now I think about 10, 15 countries all over the world, they are using. I was trying to use in Sri Lanka also, but unfortunately, we missed it. Right, okay. So Sri Lanka defines need extended, right? EEF, I'm talking about DPO government. They used to give this thing to extended fund facility. They have given, stabilize our country economy, right? Then to settle the balance of payments crisis, right? DPO, World Bank, they have this type of funding. That is for the government identifies the need for better public financial management. I told you all, when we prepare the this thing budget, you need to get some financial management experts advice to reduce fiscal deficits. That is, like that, you will have to find out. You get some experts' ideas, and you will prepare the project needs. Now you are expert. Now, when I am teaching you, all right, I'm doing this STEM or whatever it is, the project that if I'm going to do the World Bank funding, I'll have to start from here. Project needs. What is this project needs? If you won't get some more details, you go to the internet and see, and refer some books. That's how you will become an expert. Now, I told you that COVID matter. Like that, you all also has to be experts to change this world. New innovation. Don't go for all days, all things, right? New thing. You'll have to think new innovations. Your children also, you tell them. New innovation with a good person with new innovation. Okay. Identification, number 2, this is the process cycle step 2, stage 2 or step 2 or whatever it is you can use. Identification of needs. Sorry.
So can I ask some additional questions? Because
additional, I know. I like to answer those additional questions.
Yeah, sure. Because
but
now,
I don't know.
As
Okay.
per my knowledge, because I have read this 2016 draft guideline of Procurement Commission. There are the Swiss challenge method was there, I think, draft version, but it has also not included in this guideline.
So, what is your what you can say
Have you
about
got my point? Yeah, this Swiss. Yeah, I don't know whether is there any, because some countries are using this one. Is there any matter to include it in this kind of guideline, because government guideline? Because some projects are they are going they have to start with using this method, I think.
You can start without any problem. Some countries are using that.
Yes.
Some countries are using that. I'll give you some details, not now. I'll give you all the details. This is not the procurement method. This is a tool. After we establish EGP, this tool you can use. Not only this tool, ERA. What is ERA? Can you tell me what is ERA? Oh, you have done it.
I didn't aware with that.
Electronic reverse auction. So many countries using that. Electronic reverse auction. BAFO. So many countries using that. When it comes to the PPP, I will tell you, I'll give you in that lecture, I will give you all those details. then BEFO. Then you take, there are so many tools now you can use. Our people didn't use, maybe you have not heard, maybe your team, they are not aware. What I feel is that, what to say, if they don't know that, tell me what is the other way to find out our data. Data is number one. AI is data, right? Main thing. If we can't say our country did this much of procurement in this year, what is the use of it? You tell me one place. I mean, when you go to this type of forum, you ask the relevant people. Now I want to find out our procurement values, from where we can take. Can you take it from Treasury? No. Can you take it from Central Bank? No. Statistical Department? No. You can take the total amount, but you can't take the breakdown. What I need, what other country need, what other country try to do it, is they need the breakdown. In Sweden, they have this system, and the Sweden people, they have their dashboard. When they want to find out, they are not like us. Everybody is very concerned about procurement because 75% of total budget goes through procurement. It's not a joke. That is why corruption is very high in procurement, because huge money involved. You know how many dollars per year? Tell me if you have some idea how many dollars per year using through procurement globally, global amount. Can you tell me? I don't think. No one can tell. It's about, I'm also telling about 20 trillion million US dollars. 20 trillion million US dollars. See the procurement amount globally. That is why the corruption, every country, when they did the Inter-American Bank, they did a survey very recently. They say global corruption. Actually, there is a maybe that some of my students are there in your batch. I taught them that in a university, Columbia University, the fraud and corruption, that lecture. Under that lecture, you can see 10 to 60% corruption in global rate. 10 to 60% of the country's procurement under corruption. You know, one of our president told me when I was in the commission, Christy, what I heard is 40% of there is a corruption, 40% in Sri Lanka. Now you are going to start writing the guidelines. Can you avoid this situation? Singaling have mama Singaling uttara dunna. Singalemma mama kiyanna. Mama kiwe sir මේ ජනාධිපතිතුමා corruption කියන එක ලෝකේ හැමතැනම වෙනවා. මම දන්නේ නැහැ statistics. ලංකාවේ 40%ක් කියන එක මම දන්නෙත් නැහැ. වෙන්න පුළුවන්. But from the guidelines you cannot stop that. කියලා මම උදාහරණයට අරගෙන he prime minister, trade minister, treasury, everybody was there at that meeting. I told him that you can't stop this, but you can mitigate that. But in the guideline also you can do something, but main thing EGP and all these things. I will include EGP in the guidelines. He said, okay, at least try to do that. I told him that මිනිමරන්න බැහැයි කියලා ඉවර වෙලා මම සිංහලෙම කිව්වා. මිනිමරන්න බැහැයි කියලා ඉවර වෙලා රටේ නීතියක් තියෙනවා. පද්ද බල නීතියක්. නමුත් ඒක කඩන මිනිස්සු කොච්චර ඉන්නවද ලංකාවේ? ලංකාව නෙමෙයි ලෝකේ කොච්චර ඉන්නවද? ඒ වගේ තමයි. Guideline you can't stop it. It's a people's ethical behavior. People's thinking. They'll have to change. Now see, in 2006, the present guidelines they used last year also, they says at last page you go through this one and see electronic submission of bids will not be allowed. Guideline they say, no, you can't do electronic government. But in our this thing, in chapter 3, I have prepared a special thing, e-government procurement, EGB in Sri Lanka. Because then there are so many things to talk, right? Anyway, we'll come to this one. Otherwise, we will miss that. Anyway, it's good that you give me a call and ask any question that if you are missing that here. Okay. Number 3, market research. They are also investigate the available quantities, market prices. Now, for example, I'll give you, I will tell you the real example, then you can understand very easily. About 6-7 years back, there was a proposal to give notepad to advanced level students. Can you remember?
Yes.
Right. You got the notepad when you are in A-level?
No, sir.
No. Right. Sri Lanka, that's the normal, this thing, no? Proposal is there. They spend their money, do the project. And I also part in for that. They asked me to, as an advisor, to come for that procurement of 200,000 laptops for the students, right? I went for the procurement, this thing, right? The World Bank or somebody is trying to give, there was some procurement specialists were there. I just went for supervision, some advices. So I didn't go through all these details, but find out they did it. I also give my 5 cents and they prepare a bid document. They did a tender also, right? To procure 200,000 laptops. So later, no bidders. After bid that, no bidders. No suitable bidders, right? So when we see there are so many reasons, but when we see the main reason is nobody can supply 200,000 laptops at once. Nobody can supply at once means they can't supply. Even China manufacturers 200,000 laptops within, I don't know, the time period they ask for 2 months or 3 months, something like that. This is no, it's not available. So that is the importance of market research. I think your lecture number 2, if I am correct, there are under strategic procurement, you get that market research lesson, some slides there in my lecture. We did that. So it's very important.
Yeah, that 200,000 notepads, you told that it is not available to suppliers. Is it is it for all brands or a particular brand?
No, they ask for that's also a good question. They ask for now to get one supplier. One supplier will have to one brand. Actually, we don't talk about brand in these days, right? There is no branded product in the world now. The same Chinese company do all these Asus, Apple, everything. Maybe not Apple, but other IBM or the Hewlett Packard, everything is done by same factory. Only the label and some few things are different. But normally this procurement, if I am correct, procurement is they ask for a supplier. Normally we don't ask brand, no. in procurement, no brand, right? Not, I mean, we should not talk about brands. But I think they have given the specifications. Particular specifications they have given. But one supplier, not the brand. Brand you can't ask, right? Why do you ask that question? You want to continue the question?
No, sir.
Right,
Actually, I
okay.
wanted to know, I think we have a possibility to go to different companies, right? When we
Yes.
have such
Yes.
kind
For
of
that,
big requirement.
yeah. For that, you will have to change the procurement method, right? In that also there may be in packages. No, some other lesson you get.
So can't we do like some one dealer, he can take the procurement, I mean he can take the contract and he can distribute several suppliers. Is it possible like this?
Yes.
I mean this
No. If
they can do this.
here the problem is the manufacturing, right? If he can manufacture, he can have so many retailers or the distributors.
Sources. Okay.
That is okay, no problem. But only thing that the other question, the answer for other question, no need to have a one this thing. There are some method, lots, packages, slices. Have you done that lectures? No. Not yet, no? Have you done under this course? Lots, packages, and slices?
No, sir, still we didn't.
All right,
No,
okay,
sir,
okay.
no.
That's the only answer I need. Yeah. So you will learn that. In that case, there is a method how to do it. If they have put it that way, sometimes they might be able to select the people. Actually, they were trying to do that. After that, they find the problem. It's a very simple problem, right? They can do it without any expert's advice. But by that time, the government has changed the idea. No, they are not going to do that. So that is Sri Lanka. I always say, with high level politicians also, I say that is Sri Lanka.
What about
Anyway,
that fund, sir? That one goes to someone else or it is returned?
ADB was
It,
trying to give funds.
it is returned back.
Sorry?
That fund is returned back or it is
Return back means
used for
repaid.
some other.
That I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Sorry. Maybe not. They will not send it, but they can change the procurement plan and they can use it for some other thing. But I am not sure that part. Okay. Then the World Bank, another requirement is not the World Bank, other funded agencies also. Project Procurement Strategy for Development, that is called PPSD, approval during loan negotiations, including procurement plan for the first 18 months. Normally, funded project, they are asking for for 18 months procurement plan. In Sri Lanka, GOSL, normally we ask for a 1 year procurement plan. But funded agencies, they ask for 18 months, 1.5 years procurement plan. We are talking about the procurement plan nothing else. Sorry. Number 4, preparation of specifications, budget and documents. Yeah, that is also very important. Specifications. I will get the example of that students' laptops, notepads. First time I also learned that this thing. They are asking for a students' laptops, they are asking for the temperature, emission of heat. There are also specifications. Normally, those days, I don't know now, those days they don't use measurements, heat measurements in a laptops. But in the first time in the history, For these students, for students' lab notepads, they include that specification. So the ADB or World Bank, they asked to include it. Right. So under specifications, you keep in your mind, remember these points. Create clear specifications for the items. There should not be any ambiguity. It should be very clear. If you want, I can give you so many examples. The officers, they did for the corruption issues, the fraudulent practices, how they manipulate the specifications. I can give you so many questions, so many issues, right? But I don't have a time to explain those things. Requirements and estimate cost, consider life cycle cost. They always says, funded agencies, they always says, think about life cycle cost. I want to ask this question again. This is a third intake, no? Third year batch, no? You are one?
Yes, sir.
Right, okay, thank you. The preparation of procurement document, right? There are so many procurement documents that you will have to be careful, and always the funded agencies ask us to do the ICB. They are promoting ICB, International Competitive Bidding Promotion. They always promote. That is because in consultancy, they always promote QCBS because that is the default method. Corruption is very low. Publish the now ICB also, if there is any corruption in the funded project, they can announce as a misprocurement. Have you heard misprocurement? Somebody will answer. Have you heard misprocurement in the World Bank or ADB? නැත්තම් නැහැ කියන්නේ.
No, sir.
No, right. Misprocurement is that World Bank will not fund for that procurement. If you don't do it under World Bank conditions, World Bank rules and regulations, they will not fund it. In Sri Lanka, I will give one, I can't remember the exact procurement, but only once they did misprocurement, one procurement in the, I don't know whether it's a water board or a health department, I can't remember now. It's about maybe about 10, 15 years back. World Bank did misprocurement. And in Singapore, if they do misprocurement, they will charge whole amount from the officers who involved in that. They do it straight away. I don't think that Singapore anybody will do it, but that is the rule. They'll have to pay. You know, the Singapore rule is rule, right? In Sri Lanka also, once they misprocure that, I can't remember. Then at that time, the secretary was Mr. Dr. P.V. Jayasundara, and I can very well remember. He asked that secretary to charge from all the procurement people that amount, huge amount. I can't remember. I don't know whether they have paid it or not. It was not my job then. I just forget it. So that only once I heard. Have you heard anything misprocurement by any funded project? In your project, if you are working in a project? Maybe no. Your answer maybe no. Okay. Publish the procurement in the IFB, RFP, RUA, anything. RUI means request of expressions of interest. Now, maybe that somebody is working in a within that where this funded project. I will ask this question from him. What is the RUI? Okay, maybe no one knows. Anyone knows RUI?
EOI
expression
Yeah,
of
yeah.
interest.
Yeah, you have heard about RU. You have heard about EOI. What is
Yes.
RUI? Where you apply RUI? No, that is the problem, right? EOI is, I will give you a, it's not this area, but it's okay. I will explain you all. EOI is expressions of interest. That document should be sent by the supplier. That is the bidder's part or the consultant part. EOI, expressions of interest. I like to do this. That's all. But the client or a borrower or the procurement entity or a ministry, if they want to take some consultant, you'll have to put the advertisement RUI, request of expressions of interest.
Okay, sir.
Very rarely I see now. I'm maybe about 10, 12 years. I was telling to all workshops and all procurement officers, don't do this mistake. Use RUI, that is the request of expressions of interest. Then the supplier or consultant will send you EOI. But most of the, tomorrow you got the CA, tomorrow you don't get daily news. Yeah, Sunday Times, you go and see. So how many UIs are there in that advertisements? Completely wrong things. Even these guidelines, they have not mentioned that RUI. Think so. They have mentioned only EUI. But that my guidelines, I mentioned that. I don't know whether that I couldn't check. I didn't go through much this UI, GPN. No. No, they are not mentioned even UI. Right. It should be RUI, right? Okay.
EOI mentioned, sir.
Huh?
EOI is there. EOI is there.
UI is there. Where? Do you have the page number? Anyway, it's okay. It's
Page
okay.
56, sir.
Wait a minute. Page 56. No, that is the.
Only name is there, sir. I just searched in that PDF. EOI is there.
Anyway,
You can see that
okay.
under B, international publicity, in that international publicity, that page.
I didn't see a PDF, and this one maybe a little bit change. Anyway, they says that UI, not RUI.
No, sir, only EOI.
Maybe they say the calling from the suppliers EUI, isn't it? No.
So there are several several requests under procurement documentation that procurement entity can ask for a RFB, right? EOI, RFQ, or RFP.
EOI you can request, that is okay.
Yeah.
But the client,
requested according to the guideline.
but the client, if they want to call for EOI,
request for bids proposal, like that under that one also, page number 100, sir, that
no, request for bid proposal
document page
different.
number.
No, that is different. That is RBF, RBP, request for bid proposal. Yeah, maybe RBP.
In that under that it is saying publicity for IFB, RFB, EOI, RFI, REP, like that some slash
Anyway,
there. It is not
okay.
defined, sir.
Anyway, no, it's okay. I understand everything. Now, I think you also can understand. Now, you are clear, no? UI and RUI? Are you clear?
Yes.
Are you clear?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. You'll have to give a reason, right? That is the thing that I will give the reason. EOI is the expressions of interest the suppliers are submitting. RUI, if I am a procurement entity or a project, I will put in my advertisement request for EOI. That is the correct word.
So
Okay.
yeah, that our request for a EOI, is it not similar to that advanced procurement notice?
Advanced procurement notice. No.
General procurement notice.
Yeah. GPN you are
Yeah,
talking.
yeah.
Right. No, under GPN also you can put RUIs. So many RUIs, this RUI for this, RUI for this. Like that you can put in the GPN, General Procurement Notice. Even in the SPN, Special Procurement Notice also you can put. The one that you put in the GPN, later you can put in the SPN. There is no harm. GPN and SPN, it's a normally we are mostly talking the World Bank and the Sri Lankan or USL, everybody we are talking about that. GPN and SPN. Anything that you will have to actual thing is any procurement entity, beginning of the year, they will have to put the GPN. There you don't put all the contracts that you are going to do at that year, consultants and all these things. But the main things, especially ICB, everything you will have to put. And the other thing is consultancy, RUIs, that you will have to put in the GPN. SPN means one of that later you are put in the you publish and you buy that procurement, that item only. Okay. Here, publish the procurement, that the most important part here is you will have to put in the UNDP, United Nations Development Bank website, or DG Market. What is DG Market? Yeah. Development Gateway Market. That is one of the another website. And the ADB website. ADB, they have their own website. If you are using the ADB funds, they will ask you to put in the ADB website. If it's a World Bank, they ask the UNDP or DG Market mainly. And your website and all this. No need to put in the papers now these days, right? Okay. Conduct pre-bid meetings to clarify doubts of potential bidders. PE also can further explain doubtful areas of the procurement document. Okay, use performance-based specs in encourage innovation, include ESG, closures, anti-forced labor declaration. Okay. You go through, read carefully. If you can't understand, go to the internet and see, or otherwise you ask me later. 5, pre-qualification or IS, PQ or IS. Why we say IS? Pre-qualification or IS. Why we say IS? Have you heard that? Maybe you have heard pre-qualification.
Information systems.
Huh?
Information
Yeah.
systems.
Information systems also you use IS. But here, IS is a little bit different. Initial selection. Now, normal goods or other things we call pre-qualification. We say pre-qualification. But for the IT, information technology procurement, instead of PQ, the correct word is IS. I'm talking about funded agency. Always remember, right? There may be so many changes in your mind. But all these days you read procurement, yes. But I'm talking about new thing, funded agency project. So if you are using the information technology, you will have to use IS. I don't know this gentleman is aware about these new procurement guidelines though. Under information system also they have put a yes. Chapter 12, procurement of information system. I don't know whether they have in this initial selection word, whether they have insert. But if you have this one, that the my one 2000, our one 2018 one, that we yeah, right. Actually, most of these things they have include, but some of these things they have removed. I don't know what is the reason, like OCDs. Right here, they say, chapter 12.6, pre-qualification stroke, initial selection of bidders related to procurement of information systems. Right, they say they have put both, but the correct one is, instead of pre-qualification, it's better to put that word, initial selection. But they have a little bit, I don't know whether, why they put that. First time I saw this, why? Maybe I don't know whether in manual they have explained it, right? Manual, they'll have to explain it, right? Okay. ISC.
Excuse me, sir. May
Yeah.
sir,
Yeah,
this international procurement methods, this kind of the procurement, this donor agencies guidelines are important because of when they are funding to some development or some project in Sri Lanka, they are asking to use those documents, their own guidelines instead of our guidelines. No, that is why we should know these things.
Yes.
Is this matter?
Sorry? You are correct.
Yes, sir. Because when can't do they allow us to use our own guidelines instead of their guideline?
No. Yes, we can ask them. That is only thing. There are two ways to do that. Some countries, they harmonize their bid documents. Say bid document, harmonize their bid documents with foreign funded agencies. After they harmonize with the foreign, now say for example, World Bank fund. So you can prepare your bid document according to your guidelines, and you can ask, you can harmonize with the World Bank. That means these conditions you will have to put into your bid document. That's your 100% correct. That you can do. Now, I think in our NCB, I don't know whether that they have, I think our NCB those days, it was harmonized with the World Bank and ADB. Or there's another way.
Our guideline.
So wait a minute. There's
Yes,
another
sir.
way. Another way, you prepare a bid document and send it to the funded agency and get their approval. They will say, okay, these things are okay. If there's something miss, they will say, okay, include this also. Right. What is the question you ask again?
Okay, sir. This because this our government guideline also says it
Oh,
has
wait
provision to.
Wait a minute. I was talking about bid documents, right? Guidelines is
No, our guideline also says if the donor agency is asking to use their bidding system, there is a provision for that, I think.
But our guidelines?
Yes.
No, our guidelines you can't. You will have to use our guidelines. It's a different issue. But you'll have to follow some guidelines is a different this thing. You will have to follow our guidelines. That is number one. But if when it comes to funded agency guidelines, it says something like this. I don't know whether they have included that. Wait a minute. You will have to do this way. You can't do that objective, the guidelines. You can go where. Now this guideline says, I'm sure that the new one also, they have mentioned that. Without that, they can't. I mean, without that, it's not, I mean, they can't. I'd say they can't. I mean, they will have to say if the funding agency, yeah. Guidelines, your question. Guidelines of foreign funding agency, that is page 8 of our guidelines. In the case of foreign funded projects, if the foreign funding agency makes it mandatory to use procurement regulation guidelines of such foreign funding agency, such regulations, guidelines shall prevail over these procurement guidelines to the extent applicable. The foreign funded, if they ask to, now it is there in the credit agreement with the foreign funded agency, right? These are very, I mean, the procurement is a very huge subject, right? You can answer, I mean, you should have a thorough knowledge when you are going to answer all these things. As you asked, very good that question, whether this will be. Now, answer is here. Even our new guideline says,
Yes, sir.
shall prevail.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Right. Now we are, all right, pre-qualification. IFA national professional right criteria of historical content, right? All those are the things. Now, normal one also, most of these things we are asking. Public, public notices via UNDP and FFA portals. That is our, if you are doing our money, we don't go for this, right? And the standstill period. Standstill period was very recently, not recently, maybe about 5-6 years back. They have, those are reason actually, the procurement is about more than, I think more than 18, from 1814, these procurement guidelines are there all over the world, not all over the world, some countries in America, and America 1884 or somewhere, 18, not 19. It's more than 100 years. So if I say previous, I mean, the few years back, 5 years is a few years for that matter, right? Implemented it, okay. Now, standstill period. Have you heard about standstill period?
Yes, sir.
Right, okay.
No,
You
sir.
learn,
No. What is that word, sir? Can you please brief?
Just a minute. That means that is, I asked that question in the wrong manner. Whether you have heard. Yes, some people heard. I should have asked whether you have done in this series, this MSc series standstill period. Have you done
Still
it?
not, sir. Still
No.
not.
No,
Still
I'm
not,
doing
still
that. I think I'll have to do that. I'm doing that standstill period because this is coming under procurement planning, standstill period also there, somewhere there. Just a minute, wait a minute. Okay.
Before slide also it
Yeah,
was there.
it was there. It was there, sir. Number
Yeah.
8.
Yeah. The number 8. Those details I'm giving later. In this lecture series, I'm giving later. Not lecture now. What is the time? 6, 8. Oh my God, only 1 hour. Pre-qualification, okay. We'll double up these areas. After pre-qualification of IAS, you can create a short list of this thing. I think in shortlisting, have you heard about shortlisting, long listing? Have you heard means that what I mean is that whether you have done it in this series, long list and shortlisting?
No, sir.
No, right, okay. You also quickly tell me, have you heard Kilamamahane this series? Okay. Loan is that now when you do the pre-qualification, you get lot of application. That all applications, say 15 applications are there, that means loan list. From there, you will select the very best qualified people, few people, right? Sometimes some people say 4 people, some people, I mean, some people means some countries like that, right? Some entities, some say 6, some say 7. In this all guideline, they have put 7 in their manual. They put in Sri Lanka, 2006 one, They say 7. But by that time, all funded agencies are asking for the 6 or 8. Depending on the complexity and the nature, there are so many things to this thing. So I asked the person who prepared this thing one day when we were all our friends, all are my friends. Hey, why are you? The World Bank is asking 6 to 8, ADB is asking 6 to 8. Why do you put 7? He was saying, no, Machan, that we'll have to do some change, no. Therefore, I have put 7. That was his answer. Okay. So like that, you'll have to say 6 people. It's all depend, right? Normally, depending on the procurement, you'll have to number of shortlist. These people, I mean the qualified people, you'll have to select. So, but what are the disadvantages in selecting them? There are some disadvantages also. Advantages also there. That is the people, your time. Don't waste time for the 15 people to evaluate 15 people. That 15 people, in any case, you'll have to evaluate. But after that, you are sending the RFP, request or proposal to them. Don't send it to all 15 people. Send it to only 4 shortlisted people. So you will have to evaluate only that. Out of that 4, you will have to. Otherwise, for the underqualified people, also the problem. Wasting money, they are doing their bid, they are preparing that unnecessarily. Right. It may facilitate corruption also in the as a disadvantage. It might be a corruption. How? Because they know who are the people selected. Some countries, they do bid rigging. Sometime back, I was in Nepal as a ADB consultant, going through this EGP in 2007, right? I was one of the consultants. I was the only Sri Lankan consultant selected by ADB, but there are about 12 countries or 11 countries. So all 12, we went to Nepal in 2007 and we start implementing their EGP. So then ADB funded us. So there we did that. They are one of the biggest problem, they say. I did that feasible part of that. Why? How are we? Why? How are we going to reduce your corruption and this thing doing this EGP? That there are so many parts you'll have to do when you are doing the EGP implementation, BPR, business development. I mean the change management, and there are so many things, right? BPR study, business process re-engineering studies, and there are so many things, right? So there are big problem.
So excuse, was that EGP successful for Nepal?
Say it again.
Was EGP was successful to Nepal?
Yes, very successful. They have successfully started on 2011. The initial studies we did in 2007. Now it's really, really good now.
But
Nepal,
countries still in very lower stage.
Yeah, that is when you develop the GP, you can't say it will be that country will be the country will be come to the developed stage. EGP is one of the factors. That's all. Now, say for example, Bangladesh EGP is very highly successful. Bangladesh. And even because when you ask the questions, I like it to answer, and I can give you very nice answers. In 2005, I think I was the only procurement specialist went for the EGP conference continuously for about 6 years. Global EGP conferences, right? If in 5th one had it in Washington DC. And by that time, they were asking what are the countries not yet start EGP, full French EGP. What other countries not yet started? Then they ask, raise your hands. Then I raise my hand. And other country, Afghanistan, they raised their hand. Okay. People were laughing, right? Almost all these countries, people are my friends. So because 5 times we were meeting. So the 6th or 7th, the COVID year we didn't have, or some, then later we had a next one, I don't know, 6th or 7th. Then Philippines. Huh? Yeah, Philippines. Yeah, Philippines, we had that conference. And there they ask the same question. Every time they ask this question. So only I raised my hand. Because Afghanistan says they have already started their IGP. Now, remember, the first meeting, 2007, at that time I was trying to implement this IGP in Sri Lanka. But the people who did these type of procurement manuals, they say electronic submission of bids will not be allowed. That was their the mindset at that time. So no point. They say, I tried, but they say no. But when I get the authority in 2015, the first meeting I had with all these most of the secretaries, treasury people, everybody in 2016 February. Now from February, that also because of some what do you call, shellfish officers in the treasury, they missed that everything. And now this is the, how many years now? From 2016 to here, nearly about 9 years, right? They couldn't do full-fledged EGP. They do shopping this thing, but not even NCB. I must check and I must ask those officers. I couldn't check because of my work. 9 years they took still, right? Now 9 years. I don't know whether any country all over the world, they took that much of time to implement EGP. That is Sri Lanka. Right. Okay. Don't get upset. Sometimes I say that is Sri Lanka. Don't get upset. That is why we are here. Anytime I can answer to anybody. Why do you say? That is why we are here like this. Okay. Now, so with corruption, that corruption can happen, free bidding, because they know all shortlisted 4 or 5 people. So within them, they can have a re-bidding, bid rigging, corruption. The Nepal, that was very famous at that time, bid rigging, corruption. But in the EGP, you can stop that, right? It's a different issue. But when you do the traditional or paper-based procurement, you can't stop after shortlisting. That can happen. Those are the disadvantages. Right, consider. Why do you limit the number of bidders? Yeah, because it's easy. And it's better for the unqualified supplier also, wasting their money unnecessarily. Easy evaluation, yes. Unnecessary expenses by suppliers, yes. Trustworthy supplier. You can select the trustworthy suppliers only. Right. Number 6, issue bid documents. Oh, there's nothing to explain. Pre-bid meeting, issue addendum if required, ensure the appropriate timing. That is very important. Pre-bid meeting. I think you have not done pre-bid meeting. I don't know. Oh, okay. Anyway, there is a pre-bid meeting. You can find out from somewhere what is pre-bid meeting. They are also very corrupted in Sri Lanka, some places. I can name the ministries also. Don't get angry with me, because it has been very recently, it has been announced by this, what do you call this, corruption and fraudulent commission. That's the Allah Saha Dushana Commission. that commissioner was telling that, no, chairman was telling that the most corrupted ministries, he was telling that water board. Then he was telling that some places, ports authority, customs number one, he say. Customs, Port Authority, Water Board, and Electricity Board. He gave the names also.
Road Development Authority, sir.
Road Development Authority. Yes, that also he told, no, that also. Yeah, I can remember. That also he told. I knew. I can give the examples also. I can give better than him. Because 5 years, I was doing all the, as a commission member of this Procurement Commission, I did all these complaints. I saw there are so many complaints, right? Okay, evaluation and comparison of bids. Some substantial responsive value for money bids, you'll have to do that. Value for money is to be determined based on a combination of factors that is called cross discounts, depending on the nature and scope of the procurement. There I have given in a red and I underlined that also. That is because this cross discount is a very famous thing in the funded agencies. They always suggest you, if you are doing so many bids, so many lots, or so many packages, or so many slices in your procurement, we talk, right? These slices, lots, that notepad procurement. If you do that, that is a, I don't know how to close this. I can, okay. There is a method called cross discount. People say it's very easy. No, it's not so easy. But people, because of that, the complex situation, most of the procurement officers, they just slip this. If you ask to do the cost discount in your bidding document, they just slip it that no, it's not, or something like that. They give some excuses because it's very complex one, but you should do that. Right, okay. Then the evaluation, selection of suppliers. Yeah, there is nothing to, yeah, that one thing I can tell you, standstill period, or the somewhere here, this one, selection of suppliers, you'll have to be very careful about the conflict of interest. That also, you go through that. It's easy. If you have any problem, you can, you or your group. Do you have a group? Do you have a WhatsApp group? Do you have?
Yes, sir.
Then you add me also there. I might get more work, but it's okay. Who is handling you? You are handling that. Who is the
No,
monitor?
sir, our coordinator is handling it.
Yeah, who is the coordinator?
I think Oshadi for this one.
Sari and Ashadi.
Oshadi and Naduni.
Ashadi. Ashari.
Asari and Oshadi. Yeah. That's it's new to me. Coordinators are doing the, WhatsApp groups, no? You know that, no? I thought that now they say, for example, the SLIDA WhatsApp group is monitored by one of the batch. They select and they do that. If you are doing that, you add me also, then you can get a lot of help from me also. Right. Or otherwise, in the independently also, you can ask that. Okay. Standstill
So
period.
cross discount means that lump sum price.
No. That is lump sum. That is a lump sum contract. Not that is in lump sum contract price is the lump sum contract price. It's not cross discount. Cross discount is entirely different. We'll see. Sometimes this I have given there's a requirement of the request of the funded agency. That's why I have mentioned that. But the process, the methodology is entirely different. One full lecture can go on cross discounts. Right.
Sir,
Stand
cost
still.
discount is cost reimburse, no, sir? Cost reimburse, that one?
No.
Discount and
no.
no.
No,
Okay,
no.
sir.
I don't have a time explain, but you give me a call.
No problem. Okay.
Yeah.
We will see.
Now, standstill period. There you get that. Standstill period is very important. It's a. I have given something in the some World Bank this thing also. Right. Okay. Now standstill period. That period also there is a problem. Now they say, now we will take the World Bank one. World Bank, they say, the funded agency, World Bank, they say, how many days? Yeah. Yeah. World Bank, they say, their regulations, they say 10 calendar days per World Bank procurement regulations. That is for goods and works and IT products. 7 to 15 days for consultants. These are not standard, right? This is the, I can't say this is not fixed. This is the normal standard period. European Union directives often set 10 to 30 days, right? That's how the some funded agency did it. I don't agree with all these things. 10 calendar days, I don't agree. I have put when I was doing some involvement, GL 2019, that is our procurement guideline, this green and yellow one. No? This new one is this one. The same thing, but some of these things they have removed from here. There I say 10 working days. That is my thinking. Why I say 10 working days? Other commissioners were asking me, why are you going to change? World Bank say 10 calendar days. So why are you going to change this? I said, World Bank, the standard they have given to all these countries. But our countries, it's entirely different. When it comes to the New Year, 4 or 5 days at a stretch holiday. When it comes to Christmas, at a stretch about 5 days holidays. By that time, if our people, officers, they are corrupt, some officers are corruption leaders. If they have a chance, they put that days, 10 calendar days. But suppliers, they don't have any chance. They don't have a time because all officers are closed because of the New Year or Christmas or some other, you know, that Sri Lankan calendar, Sri Lankan holidays, right? There are about 156 days holidays in Sri Lanka. In Australia, you get only 3 days holidays. Then you can see the difference, right? Therefore, I put, whatever the changes I am doing, I have a good excuse for that, good explanation for that. So I said, so they agreed. I said 10 working days. I don't know. But the problem is, now it's good that somebody was here who arranged, who helped this in that team. I also did some time when you like your age at that time also. Now the new guidelines, go there and see, they have not mentioned anywhere how many days. I have put it here, Sri Lankan guidelines, because I want to show you all, right? This is the new Sri Lankan guidelines 2024 things. 8.4 standstill period. You can go through that, read. There is no time period. Then you go to the manual. I did that because of this problem. The manual, there is no timing. Why they have not put the time? Don't keep these things in ambiguity level. People are in a problem level. You are in a problem now. When you are trying to fix the standstill period, it's not there even in the manual or a guideline. How many days you put? You can put 5 days and stop it. You can do the corruption on that. Only thing that they have mentioned before the expiry of the third working day. Here, new one, they have used this word, working days. Third working days, you'll have to give the, go for the, your objection. Then they are calling for the debriefing. Fifth working day, you will have to stop, you have to finish everything. But if it is serious complaints, it will go maybe about 2-3 months. That is possible. Right. Then I will go the next one. What is other things you read carefully, yeah? But standstill period is not applicable if there's only one bid. No need, no, only one bid. In open competition, right? The direct selection also, you are select only one, no? Emergency situation also. Sorry?
That 10 days, that 10 days reduced to 3 days now, this 2024, as you said, sir?
No. That you will have to read
Third
it.
working day.
No. 10 work, they have not mentioned how many days. That is number one. But my suggestion is you put 10 working days in the normal things. The World Bank one is 10 calendar days. I have already written to World Bank. The Asian procurement specialist, he says he's agree with that. He will put my suggestion to the board, and next revision, most probably they might change it to working days, not the calendar days. I told him some countries, not only Sri Lanka is having serious problem, but some countries are there. So he agreed to, he might change it. So 10 working days. That 3 days means that is the objection time. 5 days means that is the briefing time. You go through, read it, you can understand. Right, because I am going faster, otherwise I won't be able to finish the important things. Right. Debriefing by the borrower. Now you can see within that 5 days, what is the borrower? Borrower means the procurement entity, yeah? Client. Actually, client and the borrower is two. Borrower is the government. The project also government, no? The department also, ministry also government, no? Therefore, you can say borrower. But if you are thinking about project, you can say agency or a client. Even you can say client. Now you take information communication technology agency. So that is the client. So for him, you can say agency or client. But in general, the main part is borrower. Borrower is the government. Right, that I have given all the. This is a very good, this thing I have prepared only for you this time. Last week only I prepared, but I do some research and prepared that. It's very useful for you. That is why I have prepared that prior review. Okay, right. Number 9, conclusion of the standstill period and contract award. That is the last step on that, this thing. You can go through that, and if there is any problem, you can ask me. You can do this way also. If it is not in the group, if there is a separate arrangement, the people you are having, when you're having a discussion, if you're having a problem, 2-3 people get together and send me a mail or give me a call. You can have a conference call, and then they can understand it. There are, in funded agencies, there are 2 types of reviews by the agency, by the World Bank or somebody. One is prior review, other one is post review. Prior review means from the start of the bidding document, not only that, from the plan also, you'll have to send it to World Bank. I say World Bank, it's easy for me. By my pronunciation, I can say. Otherwise, FFA, DFA is better. Go for the name World Bank. You'll have to send it to the funded agency or World Bank. Everything, bid document, evaluation report, contract, everything you will have to send and get the review and approval before doing anything. But post-review is something like this. Now say funded agency, you did 50 procurement, post-review procurement. It is decided by the World Bank, the funded agency. So that 50 procurement, they select about 10% files end of the year to do the audit. In Sri Lanka, auditing also doing in the same way. They select the most important 10% of the files and they do post review. The prior review, there is nothing called misprocurement, that if they did the corruption only, they can do the misprocurement. But post review ones, they don't check, no. Prior check-ins is not there. So there can be some misprocurement. So the post-review procurement, you will have to be very careful because you are responsible 100%. Prior review, if you do the corruption only, you are responsible. But other documents, everything approved by the World Bank also. Right. Now, after you award the contract, you will have to inform 7 to 10 days of the funded agency. And you will have to send the signed copy also. These things are very easy to understand. That's why I am going faster. If there's any place that I will explain.
The performance bond also required?
Sorry, performance?
Performance bond also required, no? After audit?
That is that is a separate subject.
Okay, sir.
Performance bond, we are asking, we don't ask for the consultancy, but we ask for the goods and the works and the non-consultancy services. There we asking, that they don't, the funded agency, they don't ask about the performance bonds, but
Okay.
but there is something. Your question is good, but some funded projects, if you are using the funded, I have those examples. If you are using the funded bid document, standard bid document, there you get the performance bond format. That format you have to use.
Yes, I understand.
Then, right, contract management can understand, review DFA approval and the review process. That is also go through reading. It's a reading material as well as a subject, this thing, that you can understand all these things. Here also 18 months, I explain you all, right? Then prior review contract, yeah, now I told you all, right? Their approval, the funded agency approval, they normally say no objection. Normally, in other words, we say the prior approval and approval like that, no? But funded agency, they say no, they are giving a no objection. That is also some meaning is there. They don't give approval. Straightforward approval, they don't give. Like secretary is giving you approval. They say no objection. They don't have an objection, but you send it to them. That's all. They mentioned there. We have given no objection subject to information you have submitted. මොකද ඔයගලන්ට හංග You can hide some information and send it. World Bank or a funded agency is not responsible. They can say we have given no objection subject to the information you have submitted to us. Okay. After that, yeah, these are all we are talking about the these things, right? After contract is awarded, DFA shall be furnished with copies of the contract within 7 to 15 days. Step. What is to step? What is step? Do you know step? Yes, කියන කවුරු ඉන්නවනම් කියන්න. Do you know step? නැත්තම්
Yes.
නැහැ. No. Okay. Step means, yeah. Step means, I mean the step you can you can mention the step. I mean that that is a World Bank. They have the digitization system. That system we call step. Those days they use what do you call it? I can't remember, so now it's too early. SAP. They use SAP system. Now they use these days step. Step is that systematic tracking of exchanges in procurement. Their digital system is, the digitized system is called step. Step is strategical or otherwise strategic trackings. Strategic tracking of exchanges in procurement. I don't know whether I have not mentioned here. If you want, you can write down in a paper. Step means strategic tracking of exchanges in procurement. Okay, that these things you can go to. I told you all, post review that 10% files they select and they do the auditing. And right, these files, how many days if you are doing this thing? I mean, if you are doing a funded project or I think GSL project also same. Anyway, I'm talking about the funded project, this thing. How many days you'll have to keep the files in you after the project closure? If you are doing a funded project procurement, the file is there, no? The digital file or a paper-based file, traditional
6 years?
file.
6 years
Huh?
for 6 years?
No, 2 years is enough.
Okay.
But only thing, within that 2 years, you'll have to do the our government or the World Bank, the auditing team, they'll have to do the audit and close it. After that only, you can, you don't want to keep it. I don't say destroy it. You don't want to keep it. It's not a mandatory, but mandatory 2 years. Okay. The electronic documents must retain the print form. Yeah, that is simple thing you can understand. Okay. Record keeping. There also I have given some reports. Standstill period records also you will have to keep it. These are the key reports, key documents you'll have to keep it for 2 years. Sri Lanka's National Procurement Guidelines NPG harmonized with the World Bank rules also stipulate minimum 2 years retention to align with the donor and IMF EFA to oversight requirements. Now, I told you all, if funded agency agreed with the guidelines or I told you guidelines or bid documents, you will have to harmonize with the government, World Bank or a funded agency. Now, most of the countries, they do that. They harmonize with the funded agency documents. So then not much problems. And it's a experts people are there. In the procurement section in World Bank, they have about 300 procurement specialists. It's not a joke, right? So it's all over the countries and their office, and it's a separate department. They do a lot of this thing, and you send any innovative idea, they will accept it. I'm not going to tell myself so many things. You might think that I am just boasting. Most of the time, these World Bank guidelines, but I am telling you to do it, because you can do it, right? So I must tell you all how to do it. That procurement department, you can write new ideas, and they will put into the guidelines. There are so many things they did it. Every year, I mean, every 3 years time, they change the procurement guidelines. That I show you when? Yeah, 2016, it's called 2000. Then there is another 2007 amendment, and not much amendments. They put in the first or second page, the amendments, 1 page or 2 page. Then they have a 2023 regulations, and they have a 2025 regulations. See how fast? It's a dynamic subject. That's what I say. How fast they are changing. All the funded agencies, most of the funded agencies, they change like that. Right. DFA funds loan disbursement and withdrawal. There are nothing to mention so many things. If you are a accountant, it's very easy to understand. Others also, you can tell them what are these things that they have in. I told you all that advances reimbursement, one thing called reimbursement, other one is advance. Now designated bank. Now advance mean that is a they put into this. Now I will explain little bit that one quickly. Now when you have a funds, now you might be having a problem. Where are they going to this fund? The project bank account, or a treasury, or a ERD in the treasury, or some other commercial bank? Where these accounts are going? Yes, I'll give you an explanation clearly. For reimbursements, right? Funded agency may reimburse the borrower for expenditure eligible for financing pursuant to local loan agreement at that. Yeah. When you spend your money, GSL money, GSL is giving you a money, no? I mean, they will give you advance money for any project to spend. You spend some money, you want to buy a A4, I mean, photocopy 5 reams. You buy using that money, but World Bank or a funded agency disburse you, straight away disburse you, send it to your account. Okay. And funded agency have another thing called advance. They send a advance money to the project. That is called, to do the advance loan proceed, that is called designated account. It's DA. That is called designated account, right? Of the borrower to finance eligible expenditure. The supporting documents will be provided later. Designated bank account, often called a designated account කියලා කියනවා, sometimes special account කියලා කියනවා හුඟක් projects වල. ඔය කියන එක 10% or 20% of the loan funded by World Bank. In an emergency, they will increase this. This advance, they will increase now. Say, for example, World Bank, the World Bank, World Bank given $128.6 million US to COVID emergency responsive project. There was a project. Because of this urgency, COVID time, it's everything urgent, you know that, right? They normally 10% they give, that is 12.8%, but they increase to 20 million advance for urgent payments. So I'm telling you all, they are flexible. You will have to talk and discuss and obtain it. Direct payment. Sometimes I'm talking about the bank, I mean the payment systems in payment instruments. Advance payment, the reimburse payment, advance payment. The other one is direct payment. That is called special commitment. If you are working in a funded project, you can understand, you can hear these words, everything very frequently. Special commitment. So that means you don't have your project, right? Or the government, Sri Lanka government. They don't have a bank account. That is called special commitment. The account made by the funded agency, some what do you call that? I must say some commercial bank, right? Special commitment, it's a financial instrument. A donor-funded project is typically implemented through letter of credit. They do the job. Now say there is a supplier X. He is supplying, he's doing a work, road, or okay, he supplied 500 computers to your project, right, on the LC basis. Then you don't have a money to pay him. You ask World Bank, okay, these are the delivery notes. They have done a job properly. You better pay them. Straight away, the World Bank straight away pay to the supplier, not to you. Through you, no need. You'll have to mention the World Bank, this much you pay to him because he has done everything fully complete, all the supplies according to our requirement. Contract is over. We approve. We recommend to pay you. You pay. Then special, that is called special commitment. They pay through letter of credit issued by a commercial bank. This commercial bank is not a Sri Lankan, the bank called commercial bank. This is not that commercial bank, right? That's why I have not mentioned it. For example, that commercial bank. What you call this commercial bank, that's why I say accountants, they know very well. This commercial bank කියලා කියන්නේ සිංහලෙන් නම් මම කියන්න වාණිජ්‍ය බැංකු කියලා කියන්නේ. අන්න ඒකයි මේ commercial bank කියලා කියන්නේ. Now BOC is a government bank, but it's a commercial bank. They can open LC, HNB, National Bank, etc. මම මේ දෙකට මගේ විශේෂත්වයක් මුකුත් නැහැ. HNB, etc. Any other NDB bank, but you can't get a National Savings Bank, NSB. It will not come in under National Commercial Bank. They don't issue checkbooks. They don't accept LCs. They don't issue LCs. So those are the commercial bank jobs, duties. But NSB, they don't do it. Government bank. Can you say another bank quickly? Another government bank. It's not a commercial bank. Tell me.
People's
quickly.
Bank.
No, People's Bank, they can open LC. It's a
Rural
commercial.
Development Bank.
Huh?
Rural Development Bank.
That I'm not sure. I will tell you the correct one. State Mortgage Investment Bank, SMIB, State Mortgage Investment Bank. They also not a commercial bank. NSB is not a commercial bank. But BOC or HNB, they have a account, they have a financial instrument, LC. Through LC, they will issue the money to the supplier straight away. Go through that, you can understand more details. All right. So this is again special commitment. I have given more details. And this one, description of the LC process of special commitment application. Yeah, there's a thing called special commitment application. I think I have taken from somewhere else. Some book or something I have taken this. That is why these fonts are not my fonts. It's not familiar to me. Special commitment application. Yeah, actually, but there is a special commitment application. They have given so many conditions. And then it comes to the letter of credit process for special commitment. Borrower request. Yeah, client, your project request from the World Bank. This is source World Bank. I have taken from the World Bank website. World Bank approve. And they send it to that commercial bank. I told you all, commercial bank. Then commercial bank LC issue to supplier. Supplier delivers the goods. Supplier delivers the goods. Borrower verify. This is the normal way. One step more. Before the goods, he will open the LC, then supplier open LC, because supplier might ask LC. Then you will have to open LC, then supplier delivers the goods, verifies delivery, delivery is okay, authorize payment, that is World Bank authorized, because we told them, we assure the World Bank, goods are come in a very good condition, correct condition. The commercial bank pays suppliers. Commercial bank එක supplier pay කරන දන්නවනේ LC open කරපුවාම they will say, they will pay it. Update step and borrower records. Step එක you'll have to update and borrower records should be updated. This is the process for special commitment. Borrower requires request special condition from the World Bank approve, like that it goes there, and record update, end of the case. What is this? I have done some other World Bank disbursement guidelines. I think I was trying to put a first page, I couldn't write. Okay, no issue. Fund withdrawal process of EFP, fund withdraw karna, the system. There are some documents, all documents they are talking. Financial report, financial audit report, request for funds, so all these things are reports. When you go through that, you can understand what are the reports. Then close up of the procedure. What are the procedural steps to close up the funded project? Final project evaluation, financial audit report, completion report. Those are the things. Some other reports are there. Handover deliverables. Now, I will ask you the question. If your project is closed, what are you, to whom you are handover? Now say World Bank funded project. To whom you are hand over the items, test computers, use computers, right? Then new computers also. Other documents. To whom you are going to, one question I'm asking you, give me answer quickly. To whom you are going to hand over? Tell me, it's okay.
PE, sir?
Huh?
PE, that procure entity?
No, the procurement entity is closed. Project is closed. There is procurement entity is closed.
agency.
Yeah, funded agency.
Yeah.
Funded.
No,
Then
not funded agency, sir. That the government, it is handed over to government, no, sir?
yeah, you are correct. Actually, government to whom? Government is a body, no? To whom that? What is the responsible person? Secretary to the government, secretary to the ministry. Now you are working in a education department, the STEM project. Advanced there is a project, no? STEM, it's called, yeah, project. After closing down the project, you will have to hand over all the things to secretary to the Ministry of Education, secretary, CAO, right? Those are the things. Close up this thing. Right, okay. Thank you. It was useful for you all? Lecture? සමහරක් වෙලාවට වේගෙන් ගියාම?
Yes, sir, it is. We have lots of questions because this is a very entertaining subject, but the thing is, we have short of time. Lots of questions we have, sir.
That's right. That's very good. I like now this is the limited time, no? You can understand. For you and me both, the university also, everybody is a limited time. So within this limited time, I can prepare only 20 slides and finish it off. But it's not good for my heart. I know it's not enough for you all. You can read this MSc, the exam like that. The main thing is that you'll have to read and search and find out what are the things, right? Not depend on the lectures. You'll have to do the search and the reference, everything. References we can give, right? They have already given. I also can give if somebody wants. No, some students are there, they are working. They are not doing any my courses. They have finished all the diploma or MSc, everything. But they used to ask me so many questions when they have a problem. So how are we going to come up this situation? Or how to do this thing? I'm stuck with this. You can answer that, ask that anytime. I don't charge. You can ask anytime. So yeah, okay. That's all. If you learn something, I'm happy. Ask questions. That is the main important thing. Then only I can give you all more details. Within that period, I'll have to tackle. But you can ask
So
questions.
can I ask two questions? This is
now it's okay.
Regarding that.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Now
one is
wait a minute.
yeah.
Now the lecture is
Okay.
finished. Anybody can go home. Right. Okay. Now you ask.
So that do they have any kind of guarantee when the donor funds giving? I mean, they are giving loans or credit or whatever funds. At that time, do we need to give any guarantee? Like now, let's say that any contract awarding to the any contractor, we are asking when we are giving that advance payment, they need to give advance payment guarantee. Some kind of things do we need to provide?
It is something like this. They write when they start when they give the new project, they ask the project document and a credit agreement. In a credit agreement is very important document. That there's another document. I can't. Credit agreement. It says everything. So signed by the two officials, authorized officials. It's like a signed by a lawyers that is something like that. It's legally approved thing. So there is nothing to worry about another agreement. Nobody can, no country can say, no, I'm not going to pay. Yes, if you have that, we had that situation in Sri Lanka. You can remember about 2-3 just after Aragalaya and all COVID and all these things, the people say it's a bankrupt country. The country itself, it's announced. Bankolo Tratak. Insapid then the Basali. They say. But there is a way to handle it. That is why, as I told you, IMF involved, and IMF given the sorry, that is why it says extended fund facility, EFF. That's a type of thing that these people gave IMF. They have given that extended fund facility. Okay, Tavatika Dennam. You try to settle with this at least. You come out from this situation. After that, they have increased to this grace period and the payment period. That's why we say these years that we don't pay anything. We told them that we can't pay. But from 2020, it's a suspended. It's not stopped, it's suspended. Right? It's not permanently stopped. So you'll have to pay back. So from 28, you'll have to pay. Right. What is the next question?
So you are tired. I feel that you should
No,
have
no,
some
no, no.
drink, some water or something.
No. It's okay. I can have a small glass.
So so can I ask other question? That other question
Yes,
is
please
that
ask. I can go another
yeah.
2 hours.
Okay. So that in procurement, actually this one regarding now, if the any what is called professional indemnity insurance, for that any consultancy agreements, they have professional indemnity insurance, like any professional negligence, they can cover this from this insurance. Do we have any kind of things for that procuring some entity or some something like who is making decision that this procurement to be done?
Yeah.
Any wrong things happen, do we have any recovery way to recover, or something like negligence of that some procurement path?
Yeah, it's all depend on the nature of that procurement and how you are doing. Now, for example, I can give you one very solid example. If it is a PPP, now we are doing that subject. There, of course, I mean, they asked me to take over so many lectures that I have taken. That's okay, because I know that it's very important to this country. So I would like to do that myself. So that is not that others they don't know. I mean, don't think. I'll give you a good example on PPP. Some projects are there. The client and the supplier, both, I mean, the two parties are involved, no? Public and private. Both parties can't take that risk. You're talking about the risk, because of the risk that happened. Nobody can pay it. There should be something, some way to do it, but nobody can bear it. It's a serious issue. There is called an insurance payment. It's a special thing in the PPP. If the risk is very high, they insured it. That is the only way. Other than that, government to government, normally when anybody sign with the government, it's 100% okay that they will pay. They have not paid that last, the COVID time, we had that. We said ourselves, our country is bankrupt. We can't pay as promised. please restructure our loans and the credit. That is restructuring. But they can't say, no, we don't pay. But when they discuss with some countries, they agreed to reduce some. World Bank also, they reduce some amount. But that is also very difficult to do because you know why? They are having so many tenders. I mean, so many countries they have taken and they can't pay sometimes. So if you give some soft hand to the Sri Lanka, they will have to consider other countries also. So other countries will demand. Why did you give it to Sri Lanka and the Bangladesh can say you are not given to us that chance? So therefore, this is a very tricky this thing. You'll have to study a lot. But there are some way of insurance payment. It's some risk taken by the insurance companies, but they will have to pay I mean insurance, right? But it's the insurance. But they take that risk, insurance company. If it has not happened, the money, the payments are with the insurance, that charges. Not charges. We should not say charges. This is the insurance insurance premium, no? What do you call that? Every year we pay insurance premium or what?
Premium, yeah, insurance premium.
Yeah, that is there. Right. What else? Anybody can ask any question. Even without this section also you can ask. That is better you send me a message. No, but better always send me a message. You are so and so. This place also you mention because I don't know. You are a diploma student, or MSc student, or the BSc student. So I can give you, or I can ask you to give a call, or I will give you a call. Okay, shall we start? Shall we stop then?
Thank you very much. Thank you. You are continuously talking over 3 hours. Thank you very much.
No problem, no problem. If you are learning something, that's my wish. That's all.
Yeah. As an experienced professional, we learn a lot of things from you.
Sorry?
Thank you. As an experienced professional, we learn a lot of from you.
No, this is the country, Sri Lanka, I mean the citizens' money. I learn a lot of, I think the government spend me about millions and millions for these exams and these things, the study workshops and everything, broad trips and everything. I learned something from the poor citizens' money. So I'll have to give back to them. So if you also think like that, I'm happy. That is my wish. I'm doing that. I have already done it. So because our citizens' money, we are studying now. We are taking a payment. We are studying. For my family, all of my family are like me. All studied in only one fellow. Because we didn't have a course that study in Sri Lanka that is called that animation and digital. That is my son. He's the one who prepared the film called Gajaman. He's the director and the producer, Gajaman film. I don't know, maybe you have heard that. But that up to a level, yes, he spent Sri Lankan citizens' money. So we have we owe them to these people. So we'll have to do some service to the country. You also same. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. Good night. Bye.
Good night. Where are you working? Only one is there, but it's okay. Where are you working?
Sir, I am working for an Australian company as a purchaser and administrator.
Right. Very good, very good. Have a qualifications, then you all can go to up to your hell enjoy area. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay,
Good
sir.
night.
Thank you.
Okay, right.
Good night, sir. Thank you.
Good night, good night.
Thank you, sir.